one ingredient you would like to add today to our time so that you grow and we grow. We're tending to each other and ourselves. Before we start our Spectrum Street Epistemology, episode 4500, and I don't know. Woo! What is one norm that can help us all be present and be empathic and be argumentative, but in a kind way? Who wants to go first? Mary.
Say hello and goodbye. So,
Yeah.
when I think I'll include in that one if someone new turns up, and it seems like they don't know anyone here, to go say hello to them.
Yeah.
As well.
That's such a good explanation of it.
Before you leave tonight, to say goodbye, so that we know that your presence will be going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and part of this practice is recognizing in physical reality, we don't just vanish on each other. So this is a way to matter to each other and build a mattering to each other. Even if we feel invisible, it doesn't mean we are, and our presence is missed when we're not here. And so say hello, goodbye is a way to keep it human, human first, even when it's hard. Woo! That's right. All right, George.
Yeah. And for cultivating like the kindness and generosity, that's a huge part of it. And it reminded me, I wanted to share that in order to reveal who joins and who leaves, because that could be a good way for us to know and greet somebody. In UI elements, HUD detail level must be set to verbose. That's what I figured out. If you set that to verbose, then you know who joins and who leaves. To sort of help with that. So that's my little attempt at generosity, is sharing that fact with all of you.
That's awesome. I've been trying to find that setting. We'll see if it works. Now my mirror's up for some reason. That's interesting. Why did that come up? Well, now I'll be able to watch my facial expressions, and it'll remind me that I need to get my facial tracking up because I look like I'm twitching constantly when I talk sometimes. Now I have to stare at it. But yes, hopefully we'll see that part too. I haven't had that setting on for a long time, and being able to see when people arrive allows us to say, is anyone going to greet them? And if not, is that me? And I didn't realize it. And now I get to go do it. It'll be an amazing, fascinating day when we all see it at once and we just all leave and probably flood the person, which is not good, but it'd be funny.
Raid the newbie.
I know. Be like, welcome, join us. Yeah. Jay, were you raising your hand? Do you have a norm?
Oh, yes. Well, the one that comes to mind for me is, show up sober, don't get drunk before coming up, or don't show up high, in order to prove that you're thinking and contributing sincerely and not under, so that I'm talking and it's not the bottle or the joint.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good way to put it. That not only even if using substances soothes me and makes me feel more present, it doesn't mean it's not influencing how we're connecting to each other and how we're growing roots together. Because many times substances is about us, that comfort part, but not necessarily growing. And if it's not consenting amongst the group, then it isn't a growing. It's a kind of dissociation. So please abstain from substance use when doing Bridgemakers events. Yeah. Who else?
Would you like to go, hey you?
I like the one that I thought wasn't there, but was there, and now I never forget it. The cultivating generosity piece. I don't remember who added that, or maybe I took that from a different group. It was so long ago. We really need to update this. But yeah, cultivating generosity. Like, how do we do that with each other? How do we listen and give not just the benefit of the doubt, but the benefit of kindness to each other, and recognize that everybody here is doing the best that we can, and we're figuring out how to blend our own needs with each other's and really listen better, listen different. And so cultivating generosity is about continuing to reinforce that kindness and that presence to say, I know you're here with your best, and I know you'll leave when it's time. And that was generous too. Say hello and goodbye. Yay. Now, Theo?
I was
Yeah.
waiting for
I would.
Lau, but I could go if
Lau doesn't want to.
You can go first.
Okay.
so I have two. One's an old one, one's a new one. Setting the status on orange so that nobody can come by to disrupt the event. I just made sure I put myself on orange too.
Thank you.
And then the new one that I got was from a conversation I had with somebody, which was asking questions, because a lot of the time we don't actually know each other in a certain way. And so always asking the questions behind everything, behind every sentence, every word, every reason, every action, and just how checking in as well. That curiosity foundates a lot of compassion and care for one another.
It's true. Asking questions can be a really beautiful way to listen underneath. And I would add to that that discernment on timing of questions is also important. Sometimes people ask questions and there can be a kind of a drawing out that isn't necessarily part of the container. So both are important, questions and timing. Oh, thank you, George. George is running to grab Venia.
Venia.
Who came?
Venia.
Venia.
Down there.
Oh.
Oh, Venia.
we have submerged. Down there.
We submerged. Nice.
Over there works too.
Yes. Yay.
Venia will be here. She went on a short
Maybe
jog.
Maybe that should be the new name for this summit, the Submergence.
The submergence. I like that. Yeah, Summit has always felt a little egoic to me, but I liked the effort of climbing in the idea of Summit. I liked the like, hey, we're gonna have low oxygen when we get to this place, and we might all think each other's like somebody else, but let's plunge anyways, or let's do it. But yeah, submerged would be very counterculture. I'm into it. Welcome, Venia. So we're just doing norms. Lau is
Okay, you are.
next, and then you can take a guess at your favorite norm if you'd like. So Lau, your turn.
I was about to say RSVP for the events, and you can set. Oh my god, what's happening to my voice? You can automatically set the RSVP automatically, so you just have to cancel if you are not coming.
Yeah, really well put. That's a simple, fast way to say it. Someday, maybe instead of just stickers, we'll have GIFs we can put out so we can show the illustration of how to RSVP really quickly, but not yet. Exactly. We've got to go dig under those foundations, see what's going on. We have to submerge to build the bridge. We were just at a helpers meetup and talking about just doing everything different and what we want to change about bridge makers a little bit. So Mary was talking about renaming summits for a while and seeing what that's like. But little outside of scope. It's fun though. It's a good idea. All right. So what is your norm to add, Binya?
I kind of feel like RCP has already been done, very likely. Yes, that seems particularly poignant for me at the moment.
Oh.
I would say the difference between being nice and being kind.
Mm.
We
Mm-hmm.
need to be kind, actively engaged, and seek that golden section of radical candor.
Yeah, really well put. And for those of you who haven't looked into it yet, I really recommend you learning about the concept of radical candor while keeping in mind that there was a second book later on called Just Work, where the author, who I've had the pleasure to meet at this point a couple times, actually went back and said, hey, radical candor works really well for people who are already in privilege and power to get more direct and kind. But for people who are under that privilege and power, they can get in a lot of trouble for their radical candor. So just work was the second layer there of saying, how do we build justice and equity when we're trying to do hard things together? And so there's a really great recipe to radical candor. And then just work is about recognizing how do we redistribute our privilege and power when we're in the position to do that and other people are not.
That just reinforces the notion I have that we need to add power distance to the courses.
Yeah.
And I wonder if it's a good idea to do that as a workshop.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're getting ripe for it because that kind of work, what we're talking about is the invisible bounds of power in different roles that we hold with each other that may be really obvious. Like you can see bridge makers above me. You can see how, people listen many times, not all the time, which is awesome. We're not a cult, right? But people listen when we're gathered together when I talk many times. And so there's ways that that's conveying power without it ever being like explicitly said. And yet that power can skew and it can twist and it can smush. And so learning how to talk about those pieces explicitly, repeatedly as part of our norms and recognize how we take up space together, how we hold space for each other, and what kinds of preconditioned identities are we carrying into this space, even though I look different than I do in physical reality, and many of you do too. That installation is still embedded in me of where I'm welcome and where I'm not welcome in the room. And so that can lead to all kinds of tangles in how we relate to each other. And learning how to talk about that and name that in such a esoteric pixel fantasy space is a whole other challenge for me too. In Horizon, it was easier because you had humanoids that all were the same height and it was much more human looking. In here, we have to figure out a language there. Yeah, we're going to move. Thank you for timekeeping. Okay, but I think that's everybody for norms. So today we're going to run upstairs. I just wanted to start out somewhere different because I was feeling a little restless for just the space. I'm learning how to create now. So any day you all might come in here and you'd be like, what? It's so different. But that's not today.
I think
not
it
yet.
would make a lot of sense to just take advantage of the physical space that you have. Like this is a great place for our combination circles.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I used this
you have all this.
When we entered the space. I used this on day one, but we haven't used it since. So now we are. Let's go upstairs. Nice. The bat flies. Does not climb stairs.
Okay.
All right. Toggle spectrum area. Yay. Ta-da. And let's all give Lau some emojis here because Lau was the persistent keeper of the questions this week. per usual, we are going to miss Lau in his helper role. And he helped it get it all the way there once again. So thank you, Lau. Got to get my emojis out, like you do emojis. Now I'm doing emojis. Woo! So here we are. Who would like to facilitate question 1? Everybody here is eligible because you have been here before. And it's always good to practice and share the load. Camera is over there. It's hiding from your sniffling nose.
I could do question 1 if you remind me what to do, unless somebody else wanted to do it.
Happy to coach you, Jay. I'm proud of you for stepping up. Okay, Venya's bowing out. Good. Thank you for your boundary, Venya. All right, question 2. Who would like to facilitate question 2? Okay, thanks, George. Question 2. Going once, going twice. All right.
I can go.
Go question 2. We got Theo number 2. Question 3. Going once, going twice. Lau is raising both hands. Woo! Question 3 is done. All right. And George for the win, but he's AFKing right when I'm about to say George. Your avatar looks like it's looking at me. But I was going to invite if George wanted to MC. And that's okay. I will start MCing and then maybe I'll kidnap George up here soon. Let's do this though. So everybody's on neutral except George. George is coming back. No, George was just moving around. All right. So you all know how we do this. Yay. Birds sing to irritate you. Do I have any bird avatars that could be irritating? Points for having avatars that also illustrate your point. That's not circular reasoning. And there are no points, but we're going to pretend. Aha! The best kind of irritating bird. You're welcome. Hey, you, problem 2. There's another problem? What? What is this problem? Look at 2. Changing avatars too often makes you harder. Yes, well, it's show and tell. I'm participating in the way that makes me very suspicious. Yay, George is back. George, the crow calls you. Caw. Would you like to MC?
MC? Oh, the timekeeping. Yeah, I can do that. You want me to get started?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Welcome to Spectrum Street Epistemology, everyone.
Get your emojis out.
For today's episode, we have birds. Birds. That's a classic. But don't worry, this won't be that horrifying.
Look at all the birds lined up. Sweet. We are
For
ready.
our first question, we'll have whoever has the first question.
Jay has the first question.
Come right up, Jay.
Okay. All right.
Yay.
So, okay. So essentially, do I just read the question and ask us a count down to 3, and then have everybody run to their position on the question on the statement?
You got it.
I should say.
That's right. Yay.
Okay. So our first question is. Our first statement is that birds sing to irritate you. Okay, over here to the left, if you agree with that statement. Over here to the right. Shoot, I got my direction. Yeah, right. If you disagree with that, okay, on the count of 3, or count down from 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's see.
Oh, I see a pigeon. Oh, somebody.
Hey, welcome, Crypto. Venya has turned into a fox.
Tweet, tweet, tweet.
Okay. Wow, there's a lot of lines that are not
Excellent.
covered. This is very polarized. What is
Crypto,
this?
Have you seen or joined Spectrum Street Epistemology before?
I don't know. I feel like I've seen crypto here, but maybe just briefly. No, that was a different event. Okay.
If you're welcome to watch for a bit if you want to get the hang of it and join in at any time when you want.
Yeah. Come hang out on the neutral line crypto, and you can sit it out if you want, or if you really have a strong opinion for if birds sing to irritate you, pick a line, any line. Oh.
That's a good idea, especially with the attack of the birds going on today.
Yeah. Okay. So that's just for MC, that's a reminder of thank you for welcoming, and also giving people a place to join in is really good there, instead of it's okay to be far away. So,
and Jay, you could start us off with asking somebody to guess the first guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess we'll start with a disagree. Okay, so I guess if I understand, it's either Hia or George who is furthest along the line. Hold on, let me actually wind this up. Okay, it looks like George, you may be a little bit further up the line. So if you want to try to guess, what Vinya or Marivio wants to say, why they agree that birds. You could start, or if you want to.
My guess is that the human race has annihilated so much natural habitat that belongs to birds that they're just trying to speak in whatever language they have the capacity to speak in, to tell humans to knock it the fuck off.
Keep going.
Okay.
I'm going to go say hello to our nerd person.
Okay, so did either of you, did that land for either of you?
Hi.
So that's not...
Welcome.
Okay, alright, so I guess, shall I move on to the next
to
person?
See you. If you'd like to come upstairs and join us, you're welcome to.
Put that,
would be next.
You want to come? Follow me.
It was very funny, and all I could think of was so long. Thanks for all the fish just became a great deal more aggressive.
Yeah.
Yay. We're up here.
Okay. Right. Well, alright, so,
invite you.
Okay. Okay, or...
Pick a line for number one.
Somebody new. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So, I don't know if they are explained to you. Okay, what we're doing is, okay, so what we do is read us one of these statements. I'm doing the first one, and you can just be neutral on it.
So,
you can.
Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt. I have technical problems right now. I have very low FPS, so I need to do something about this. Sorry, I will try to rejoin. Maybe it will help.
Okay. Thank you for coming. It sounds like they're having some technical issues. Problem solving those.
You could keep you could keep the thing going.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess Theo, or I guess if you two want to, Hea or Theo, if you want to talk about who goes first, who feels most strongly about your position, I guess. I'm not sure who's...
so the way to determine who feels most strongly is to actually, look at the lines. It looks like Theo is on the strongly disagree, so Theo would go next.
Okay. Well, okay. All right. So Theo. Okay. I thought we were doing it laterally like this, but anyway. Okay. So Theo, do you want to guess? Okay. Guess why Vinya and Marivio wants to do not believe that birds sing to annoy us.
I think they think birds sing to irritate us because when birds are making noises, it's like it's so high pitched, and they're trying to. It's like the same thing with kind of dogs that when no one's around in the room with them, they start to bark, and so they can start to like bark for attention, bark for food, bark for anything else to get like something to pay attention to the dog. And so they think that birds are doing the same thing. Same reference as George was making.
Okay. Sorry.
It's not-
Did that? Sorry.
Oh, well, it's the reflection back that I would give there. Do you want to try, or do you want me to try?
What, me?
Mhm. I know my crow is looking
well, okay,
everywhere,
so-
but yes.
Okay, all right. So I reflect. Okay, so if I'll take a step at it. So if I understand correctly, what you said is that it's possible that one of them believes that birds their intention is to is akin to the way dogs bark for attention, rather than for direct annoyance. Did I phrase that? Paraphrase that.
It pretty much just about that. It's sounding out identity. It's sounding out the bird's identity.
Okay, and so sorry. No hits at all. Any hits at all, or
No, the pigeon.
okay.
Disagrees.
Okay.
Perhaps the bird on this side will have the best understanding of all.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Hey, or Lyle, do
Lyle
either of you
would
want to
guess.
try to take a guess?
Yeah.
I would like to take a
Okay,
guess.
wow.
Okay, I believe every time in the morning they heard that bird cheep, they cannot tolerate that, and it sounds like a alarm, but physically and
They
cannot be
can't
stopped.
hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like this. Do you want to turn this alarm off? I think you do, but you cannot. 40%.
Okay,
Good job. Wow. Woo. Give you some stimulus
Okay.
over there.
All right.
There
So
you go.
partial hit.
Mhm.
Okay. Hey, do you want to try to guess? Oh.
I would say that one of them has had a bird captive in their homes, and they know for sure that that bird was just trying to get under their nerves, and so they've seen it firsthand and had a personal relationship with a bird, and so they know sometimes, if not all the time, this is definitely meant to make you squirm. Nope, not Benia. Well, it wasn't a personal vendetta.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I guess then it would be time for you to explain why you think. I had this mixed up. First of all, that why you believe birds sing to annoy you.
Strongly.
Benia, do you want to go first?
So mine is two-sided. The first one is because of the bird, and the second one is because of me. The thing about bird calls is we like to think that they're due to like mating or communicating with other birds, and that's true. But the question is, what are they communicating about? What's the behavioral mechanism for how that works? And originally, before birds were forced to adapt to cityscapes, they were used oftentimes as warning signs. That's why if you whistle, other birds will follow, because it's a warning sign that carries through the forest. Sometimes specific kinds of birds used that not just as a warning sign, but also a statement of aggression, similar to a growl or something along those lines, which is just warning, you're encroaching on territory. And that is significantly intended to intimidate and therefore irritate. The issue I have is I'm legitimately, actually, genuinely tone deaf. I have congenital amusia, and what that means is I can't really tell the difference between the various pitches that birds have unless it's significantly different. And because I don't understand the pitches, I could walk through the forest, and what you might understand to be birds simply chirping is largely an irritant warning call sign to me, because I have no other way of interpreting it.
Wow. That sucks for you.
Yeah, so birds literally irritate the most important part of the question, you, meaning me.
Strongly agree. Okay. Interesting.
Hey, Marivio, do you want to try to explain why? Okay, what's your reason? Why do you think birds seem to annoy you?
So I live by the seafront. There are so many seagulls here, and there are two very annoying habits they have. One is, it seems as though every seagull in the entire town and region all squawks at once at precisely 4 in the morning, which means that I cannot open my window overnight, or I will be woken up without fail. Second, we also have seagulls that use the rooftops on our street as rearing for young seagulls as they try to learn to fly, or rather, try not to have to fly, because young seagulls really don't want to. They're scared, and they will squawk for hours while the parents sit on the next roof over, sitting and watching. So, yes, birds here exist to annoy me.
I will
Okay.
caw for that one.
Right.
And then eat something.
Okay.
And then
Okay. So. Oh. Okay. So. Oh, wait. Here. You disappeared.
sorry, I died.
Are you still there?
Getting my death on
All
for
right,
when
so-
they hit me.
Oh. Okay.
Well,
Now it's their turn to
okay.
guess.
So type. All right. Okay. So now I guess it's you guys' turn to guess why George, Theo, and Lau do not believe birds seem to annoy you. So, okay. Vinya,
you.
you'll go first, and
Thank you for being here.
Mine is very, very simple. My incessant, irritating cacophony is their orchestra.
Oh.
They hear it differently.
I'll see you soon.
And they think it's beautiful because it's probably pretty. My irritant cacophony is their orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
You mostly hit me.
Yeah, George is
Okay.
partial.
have you ever heard a seagull?
You've had your piece,
We're over
Mary.
here on the same line. I've heard seagulls before and agree with you.
Especially baby
Okay.
seagulls. That's the worst. Ugh. Sound like they're dying.
So George, you said she partially hit you. Anybody else that
Yeah, I would say it's
is that
like
part of your reason?
it's probably 40% for me. It's not personal. It has nothing to do with people.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess Mary, you would you like to maybe make your guess?
So perhaps it's the fact that if you remove you from the picture, the birds will still sing. So clearly, logically, what they're singing about has nothing to do with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I would say, yeah, that's
Oh.
part of the 40%. Oh, did you get
Did I kill
Lau?
Lau?
Lau's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good
nice.
woo, full hit. Well done.
Okay.
One less
Alright
bird
then.
to annoy you.
So you all right. So you got Lau's reasons. Okay. So
Now I think we can all share on this side.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
George. Okay, I guess since George, you disagree with us the most. You'll go explain your reason first, and then
Oh,
Yep.
happily.
and then I guess if wow.
Mine is simply the idea that birds do not hate the actions of mankind. They're actively celebrating the actions of mankind as we rule the world and feed them garbage. They're continually telling us, "Thank you, you're beautiful, you're amazing. Thank you for these roofs. Thank you for these deforestation, so we could easily access the worms that pop up at the ground." And thank you for all the cats, because cats are really cute.
Aw, the birds love cats. I'm learning so much about birds from a robot. Just saying. Yes, all the things he said, but we've got more. We've got more. The Lau's dead,
Okay,
so you got
well, okay.
Lau.
I guess
it's just me.
Okay, so hey, do you yes?
Yes. I have a book that will revolutionize your life. It's called Becoming Animal. And it's about an ecologist's reboot into becoming one with nature. And he has a specific story in there about walking through a forest where everyone's screaming at him, mostly birds. And, oh, taunt a cat, yes. Birds can be very clever together. But he was having the cacophony that was just feeling very targeted at him, like he was called out, he was the foreigner, etc. And then he had this weird moment where he stopped and he found a different gear inside of him that was able to like walk differently in the forest. And then the forest sounds changed really dramatically just from one moment to the next. And it woke him up to they were making noises about him, but it was also the realization that like they were giving him feedback on how he was interacting with them and how he was interacting with the ecosystem. And when he found this other place, then he found himself almost in a harmony with all of the sounds. Like he listened when the sounds cautioned to slow down, he would slow down. They gave him rhythms to recognize how he was impacting the ecosystem. So I would say it's a mix, right? I'm on mildly disagree. I think sometimes birds are very much trying to irritate us, and I think that's information about how we're impacting them and how we're listening to them. And so, cat astronaut Jay, you got some other identities coming in. I like it. You're revealing yourself. Yeah. So I would say I disagree because, my other point was one word, Twitter. You know, if we're going to point fingers at birds, we really should point fingers at ourselves first, because as far as irritation and annoyance goes, birds are not the top of the list, as illustrated by Twitter. Yeah.
That is my second least favorite social media platform, Twitter. All right.
Counterpoint Mag.
So, well, I guess if you, yeah, okay. All right then. So, if there's nobody else, I was gonna ask Lau if he wanted to elaborate on or not care about the human even.
Wonderful.
Right.
I
So,
just want to say we don't care about you. Just sing, okay?
Okay. Yes. I didn't have a bird avatar, but I have a bird predator avatar. A predator of birds as an avatar. But okay. So,
Switcheroo time.
Right. Yes. Now, if you change your positions, you will. If you change your mind about anything, you can switch to a different stance on the count. On a countdown from 3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
We didn't sway you at all.
Most.
I did.
Okay. Well.
It's
Well,
crow
actually,
versus
no, I'll
pigeon.
move the most now.
George.
Wow, you
Yeah, okay,
betrayed
so
us.
what's do you
Not a
like?
bird.
Would you like to describe your
Imposter.
position? Like right now, what's convinced you that birds at least partially sing to us?
He's coming over here to caw at Lau. Alert!
This is the
alert!
evidence. This is evidence right here. This
What are you talking about? I'm just giving you feedback.
annoying me. So yep, I think I swayed. I think I'm swayed. Oh, yeah, okay. So I realized that sometimes it's not. I mean, it's us, right? It annoys us. It irritates us. We are included in you. So it's not just us. It's about everyone. Everyone is irritated. So
Hmm.
maybe we should be quiet a bit next time when we went.
Are you looking at me? Is this about me? I see you. Okay. Message received. I'll keep my caw to a minimum.
All right, then. So, I noticed, George and Hay, you, like, George, you moved up one line. Hey, you disagree, or even further down disagree. Do you, either of you want to change, explain your change position?
I'll pass because time is starting to get away on us. But ask Hay.
All right, okay. Okay. So, okay, Hey, would you like to explain your position, or?
Yeah. Well, I just I convinced myself even more. All my cawing just felt so sincere, and there was no intentionality of irritating, except Lau for just a moment because he left the feathered. I'm like alone over here as feathers, and that's just wrong. You all should be ashamed of your feathered selves. But, you know,
Well, I mean,
I'm here.
if it's any consolation, I do like the sound of bird calls, especially loons. Sometimes I listen to loons as a Scottish loons as a backdrop.
That does help.
Okay, well, okay, I guess
Cat joined me.
does that wrap up?
Yes.
So,
Mhm.
okay, so, all right, so I guess that's it for me. I guess we'll move on to question 2.
That's
and
right.
Who's hosting, George?
Two things.
Okay.
Two things.
All
One is actually George is probably about to do this, but we get to celebrate you for facilitating. And then 2 is that
all right.
we're doing a new thing. We're going to try to do a new thing that George doesn't know about yet, which is very quickly we're going to vote on how much we liked this question. So basically, just pick a line for how much you hope more questions like this one will happen for question number 1. We're going to get a quick vote on that before we move on. So just pick
That's a wonderful
line.
idea. So I would assume disagree is less favorable, and then agree more favorable. Alrighty, everybody. What was your opinion of this question? Ready, set, go.
Good to know. Vinny is on disagree. So we've got, I'm going to take a picture. We have our vote.
Oh, my opinion. I loved it.
Oh, yay. Okay. So more on the 5-star end of things. But yes. So for the record, Vinny is saying purely because it's phrased to introduce personal preference, but does not elicit potential advantages. Yeah, good point. Drawbacks. All right.
So
Who's
who's
that?
got question number 2? Changing avatars too often makes you harder to trust in VR.
That was Theo, and Theo has left.
Uh-oh.
So I will supplement there if needed, unless Mary wants to facilitate. Mary, would you like to
I would happily take this one.
Okay. George is going to do it. Do it, George.
Yeah. A smooth transition. Everybody on the neutral line.
Go. changing out of my wings. Although I do love those wings. They're great wings. Oh, you're pretty tired, Vinia. Do you need to go? You need to go to sleep? Vinia says, considering. Okay. So it's probably, yeah. Well, take care of you. I'm glad you came. Got to take care of your body.
Yeah, I agree. I think, I don't know. I'm just struggling to be fully present. So,
All right,
I think I'm
Vinia.
gonna go to bed.
Take good rest.
Good night, y'all.
Take care.
Good
Thanks
night.
for coming.
Yes, good
Yep.
night.
Good night, good night. And then there were
Goodbye.
4. You can do it. 5 with George.
Plus one.
Plus 1. Woo.
Anywho, changing avatars too often makes you harder to trust in VR. So basically, sketchy behavior, yes, would be over here. Not an issue over here. And on the count of 3, pick your spaces on 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Okay. We're learning.
Ah.
Jay, are you gonna pick a line?
What, me? Oh,
Yeah.
eh,
Try to have
Okay.
a stance. You can do it. Woo! I'm holding this whole side. That's
Okay,
That's
yeah, here's
gonna-
here's my
okay.
opposite makes sense.
Okay. There we go.
Hey, I think you're up for a challenge.
I think
Wanna
I
guess?
am. All right. Let's see here. Let me just firing squad this. So I disagree that changing avatars too often. All right. So we have the time technically. So I would say that you are agreeing with this because of what kinds of avatars one can change into. For example, do you find this trustworthy? Probably not. And yet, yes, see, Mary is proving a whole other point there. This is one of the most trusted, soft, fuzzy avatars in all of VR chat. So popular and has stories connected to it of saving people's lives. So, changing into that avatar might be considered easier to trust. But you're just kind of feeling over there like the frequency of changing avatars might sometimes make it feel like you don't know how to be you in here. Did I get that? Not really. I'm in the middle with Lao. So 50% ish. You're just nonchalant
And
over
Jay?
there on your agree. Yeah. Did I get you at all, Jay?
Well,
Ooh. Wow.
not exactly. I mean,
Well,
mine.
You can share, since that was the only guest on this side anyway.
That's true.
Well, I'll let the other guys, they feel more strongly about this than I do, so I'll let them go first. Mine is a bit strange.
I feel like their angle over there is to change avatars so many times that it makes me come over here because I'm like, stop changing your avatars. So, be
Is
funny.
that what you're up to, Mary?
So for me, I actually, when it comes to becoming familiar with someone, it's a very visual thing for me. The first avatar I see them is imprinted on my mind, and so whenever
like a
I see
baby
that
bird.
avatar in future, it makes me think of that person.
Oh, wow.
And so if they
Nice.
keep changing, I have difficulty recognizing them at a subconscious level. And because I can't recognize them, it makes it harder for me to trust them.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
they're still in that, they're still like, they've 1 foot still in the stranger territory.
It's like a very visceral, instinctual way of experiencing other people, their form, how they appear to you, and they keep disrupting that by changing their avatars.
Yeah. Part of that is I also have aphantasia, which means I don't have visual imagination. If I close my eyes, I can't tell what someone looks like.
Really, really?
Yeah.
How do I not know this about you? That's interesting.
So does Crescent Dawn, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
And so
Wow.
I don't know why exactly, but I feel like that has something to do with the fact that it takes me a long time to get used to a change in visual appearance.
That makes a lot of sense. Now I feel like a jerk over here. Like, trust me no matter what, even if you have a disability. That's weird. I'm going to sit down and think about that very wise thought.
So Lau, how about you?
I have the exact same exact reason, which is like the first impression of this person will be that avatar. From that on, I don't know how many times I have encountered people who change their avatar, and I totally forgot about them because the first impression is there, the memory is there, but if someone pulled out that avatar and like, hey, that's me, I was like, what? That's you? Someone changed my memory, isn't it? I cannot link the person in front of me towards the person that's in my memory, right? So they cannot be the same person, which kind of resets the progression of the, I would say, friendship, because the trust too. So this is the one reason. The other reason is that I have nameplate off for my avatar, so everything is
That's another really good point. If they have a habit of nameplates on, that might not affect them as much. But when you're more immersed, it can feel very disruptive to not be able to understand the continuity. Have to recognize people by voice or mannerisms. But in Mary's case, that would be hard because Mary's on desktop all the time. So then just voice only. Yeah. You're making a strong point here. Like, all the avatars you're switching into, I'm starting to be like, okay, just stop. I don't trust you anymore. You've proven your point. However,
and what's fascinating is Lau's body language still communicates that it is Lau
it's
we're
Lau.
looking at.
Exactly. Yeah. When I look at Lau in any avatar, it takes me probably less than 3 seconds to know it's Lau. I can tell. There's a bounce in him that head tilt and then However, it's still uncomfortable to see the switches. I really set this up today to where I'm like, oh my God. But I will also say Jay changing into the white bat, which is totally hacking the brain, right? But Jay turning into the white bat makes Jay more approachable to me. I want to trust Jay more. And that's a funny, interesting thing. Yeah, you look more approachable and like you're welcoming contact.
You look like Bartok from Anastasia, the friendliest bat I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's so true. Something that doesn't hide. Yeah, exactly. You look vulnerable.
Okay, so do you want to explain my reasons? Okay, or is it too early?
Go for it.
Do you not have time?
We do.
Oh, well, okay, well, spoiler alert, I am going to change my position, but I reflexively thought about this in terms of fursuits, because in real life, there are rivalries and animosities between people, and, I want to know if, the person under the suit is somebody I don't like before I start interacting with them. Because, I don't want to just go up to someone and start talking with them only to figure out it's somebody who doesn't like me or vice versa. But again, this problem is not in VR chat because we have nameplates. And, and even if we don't have one on, I could go and select user.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, but yeah. Okay, so all right then. That's my reason.
You have a lived experience where you want to keep yourself safe from people that you know aren't so friendly, and too much switching or covering that up is just kind of suspicious to you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch my avatar for that.
Woo! Wow. It
Wow,
makes me
Zhang,
dizzy. Yeah.
you can try guessing Heia's position.
Bring it. It's one ship, but it is mighty. You will not guess. I promise.
It would be situational to change your avatar sometimes. Like it would be sometimes it would be fun, sometimes it would be like let's say maybe we're playing games. Yeah, that will apply to because some games have like avatar height thing. I mean you can change your avatar height, but also some games just if you use that avatar you can fit the games more. Like one of the game was it's like a you have to pretend you're the NPC and you're gonna go around and collect the coins. That's one of them. So you're forced to change avatar. So it's situational.
Yeah. No, you didn't get me, but it was a nice guess. There's truth in that. My imaginary friend standing here with me, you got them 40%.
Hey, look at the bright side. You have multiple targets now.
I'm just supplying my own avatar, people, because, you know, I'm alone over here. All right. Who else wants to take a shot at
Mary.
Heyo? Yes.
Mystery.
Let's see if I can put this to words. Oh dear God, I can't. I will not be able to give an answer while you are whatever that is.
It's
Oh, you have no idea the avatars I could pull out. That one's mild. But yes, please continue. I'm gonna war back the way you have warred to me. We will
Avoid
see.
looking.
Avoid looking at him.
Trust is kind of a spectrum thing, and we weave in and out of it based on how we interact with each other. And I don't know how to put it to words.
It sounds like you mentioned that she sees past the avatar to the behavior, the voice, and the mannerisms.
Yeah. Actually, there's truth in that. Probably 20%.
Okay.
All right, Jay, can you get the last, I don't know, 80%, 70%
Yes.
left?
Well, well, it's a matter. I suppose it's a matter of art of personal expression. Like, you know, there's like I think when you pick an avatar, you're actually picking a way to express some inner part of yourself that you could not express in real life. And you know, nobody's stoic, and so like simply changing avatars is expressing a different part of yourself that the other avatar could not, that you were previously using. That's my guess.
It's almost
how close is that?
The
You killed
person's
almost. You got 40%. That was really close. I'm very impressed.
yeah, big hit.
Big hit. Big.
Yeah, it sounds like all the avatars come together as part of how a person expresses themselves on the space, not just the one most recognizable form. All right, Heya.
Yeah, you brought that psychology piece out of like left field there, Jay, but that was a very good shot.
Yeah.
I would say the only other layer to this is just the ableism of having been submerged in VR as long as many people here have. So, I did not find an avatar that I wore regularly for years. And partly it was because none of the avatars really, really fit me. And when I thought I'd find one that fit me, I would be told a story about the game character or whatever behind that avatar that would make me feel ashamed. And sometimes I was even told it in a way of like, everybody's been laughing at you this whole time. That's literally happened like twice with avatars that I wore pretty regularly. So just on principle, I feel like that belief is an implicit norm held in here by people who have the technology, have built their own avatars, who know how to modify their avatars. And it's a way to kind of sort people, but it's not really true about trustworthiness. It's actually just about how comfortable we are in the skins that we've found. And so my invitation for all of us is, if we see somebody switching avatars a lot, which I've done this many times, take them to Prismatic, take them to a world and ask them questions about what about those avatars fit for them, and have they found the one that they feel home in? Because many times they haven't. And it can be a sign of distress to be switching avatars. It's quite literally saying, I don't know how to fit here, right? But it doesn't mean they're not trustworthy. It means they haven't landed as much as maybe they will someday. But believing that this makes them sketchy is, I believe, just kind of an ableism that comes with the privilege of having been here a long time. So said the squirrel.
So you see the fact that it's a process of self-discovery,
Yeah.
not something that hints at somebody's trustworthiness.
Yeah. That basically, like, I look at every human being, whether I'm in VR or not, on a why do I never remember the name? Carousel. We all have an inner carousel of characters inside of us. And sometimes we know that. We've gotten to know a few parts of us, and sometimes we don't. But the only way we learn what those different parts are is for people to trust us and witness us and ask us about the connections between the different characters. Oh, I just saw you change avatars. What's that about? This is what I like about that one. Or, woo, I give you all my visceral reactions off of your avatars all the time, right? So giving people that reality testing of how they're impacting, even if they have a real strong connection to the avatar they're wearing, like this squirrel. If I'd found this squirrel when I first came into VR chat, I may have never evolved beyond it. But I didn't. And so when I did find it, I felt like, okay, well, I will keep that one, but I have other ways to express myself. And so just being curious in that place, but also giving feedback. If somebody's changing avatars a ton, it's okay to say, what's your favorite avatar? Could you sit in that for a little bit? I want to get to know you in the avatar you prefer. So there's ways to work.
So even the frequency of avatar changing says a lot more about a person.
Yeah. And a lot of times if it's happening in the moment, it just feels anxious.
Right. I think now is the time for us to change which part of the spectrum we are on, or not at all. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yes, come to me, my precious.
Jay moved a lot.
Yes.
Yay! Welcome, Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did not move at all. I'm solid on my disagree. Marry me.
Care to share your new line of reasoning, Jay?
Yes. Well, the VR avatars do not you don't the only thing that you can remotely use to actually change your disguise or your identity in VR chat would be to change your name, and you only get to do that once every 3 months. But yeah, it's not like with fursuits where you can
completely cover up who you are in real life.
Like real life, you don't have like your nameplate hovering over your head, like you do here. But yeah, so that's yes. And I actually, incidentally, I am writing a fiction novel that may or may never see the light of day about changing identities. It's called Our Human Masks.
Ooh,
Just a little plug, but
like the title. Awesome.
okay. But
Yeah.
yes, that's my big reason. Okay.
So you're seeing a lot more nuance in how changing is part of the experience and the expression now, and that brought you way over here.
Mm-hmm. Whee.
Yes.
Mary.
My original point kind of still stood, but it wasn't the only way I perceived this, and I think Heya did make a good point that being able to use multiple avatars to express yourself is cool. It's beyond just using a single avatar to express yourself, and is something that we can do here. So,
Yeah.
but it's still a struggle for me, so that's why I'm on neutral.
Mm-hmm.
Right. For you, you're stuck in the tension between your own recognition of people, that visceral way of identifying people that's just natural to you, but also understanding all these reasons for why it is diverse.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And Lao?
Did you move even
Move to
more?
one line.
More?
Yeah, because it still stands. The point is still the same, but also that I don't feel like trusting someone when they are wearing multiple masks in between different groups. I feel like I would trust a person more if they are more genuine, if they are like being themselves everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's still the visceral adjustment that it's just hard to argue with.
And you brought up a new point. If they're switching between communities, that seems to be a really standout case.
What
So
if not just communities, even more between friends, right?
Oh, wow. I hadn't seen that before. That's kind of intense. Yeah, I don't know what I'd do with that. I mean, technically, if Scott's around, I'm more likely to switch into a rodent avatar. So I don't know what that means. Or dinosaur at this point. One or the other, but not human. So, yeah.
Sometimes it's about being kind of at eye level in a way that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so true. Size also has a whole other influence.
You can also apply that in ways other than size.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good point. How available are you inside that avatar? How much do you switch your demeanor when you switch your avatars versus consistent? Yeah, nice. Are you on desktop versus embodied? All of those. Really interesting topic. Yeah.
That last part, desktop versus in-body, has a huge change in how I express myself.
Yeah.
Lau, you're raising your hand?
Oh no, I'm just thumbs up, but like we are a bit on time.
Yeah, I'm ready to move on to the next.
Yeah. Let's give a rating first. But let's also give George lots of emojis for carrying number 2 and MC.
I'm going to look away and assume
points.
that you are just flooding me with emojis.
Why look away?
Totally.
Why not absorb?
It's a swarm.
Yay.
Nice. Thank you. But yeah, time to form your opinions on this question. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna go to here.
Okay, we're not even
We're rating.
Okay.
We're rating. We're rating. Do we? How much did we like this question? Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I thought we were doing the technology one.
Disagree. Lau, you're on mildly agree? Interesting. Okay. And you're on strongly agree. All right. Well, net up there, I guess. We're going to go with better. Okay. Picture taken. All right. Question 3. Do we still have our question 3 host? We've lost a lot of comrades today. Thank you, George, for facilitating that one.
But yeah, question 3 host. Are they still among us?
Among us.
Is that you,
like
Lau?
Are
you the one?
Woo!
Yeah, that was me. Yes.
Oh, good.
Up
good.
here,
Oh,
though.
shoot. Oh, okay. All right. Then.
I'm gonna come back to my job.
Yay.
The
Wow.
Okay. So we're gonna start this question. The third question. Technology is making younger generations less empathic. Okay. This has been something that we might witness. Younger generations are focusing more on our devices. Well, okay, we're gonna count down and we're gonna move and change and move from the neutral line. Or maybe stay. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, move.
Move. Okay.
Okay.
Really? You're contemplating this with your crossed arms and your money face? That sounded really sinister, but just meant observing the avatar. Oh, okay. No money face, just black tie event here.
Really capture the I have no opinion yet in a visceral way.
I can't empathize with
Oh,
you.
turned into Google?
Turned into
Okay.
Google. Oh, wow. Feeling less empathy already.
Okay.
Mm. All right.
Okay, so
Solidly
I'm gonna
divided.
go with disagree first. Disagree side, George and Jay. Please start guessing Mary's and Ayo's opinions on this question. Why do they feel like it makes them less empathic?
I'm gonna go greet Red Donald.
He's gonna go do empathy.
Oh, well.
All right, Jay.
Donald, welcome.
Your turn.
Well, you can go first.
Over here.
So, I guess, okay, so I have actually watched several YouTube videos on the dangers of iPad babies, iPad kids, whatever. Parents leaving, they're leaving iPads in the hands of their children. And that actually is, damage. This has been shown to cause, where'd it go? Brain damage. And, I'm guessing that, you may have actually had personal experience with this. I've, some of my family members, they do have iPads, but they're not, my nibblings are too busy trying to steal my glasses or some other of my properties to waste away on an iPad, which is a good or a bad thing, I don't know. But I'm supposing that you've actually seen that I guess you've actually seen this in action. Which that part I don't disagree with, but yes, did that? I'll explain later. Was that relevant?
Anywhere from here.
Lau, do you want to summarize?
Just kind of on the sidelines, wherever you want to stay.
You can go and help me because I was a bit confused with the voices.
Yeah, I hear you. I know. I gotta turn my audio back onto the right place. Hey, Dono, welcome. Glad you're here. Okay, so what are we doing? Jay, I kind of heard what you said, but I'm curious if I was also feeling like a little mixed up with my camera, etc. Did you hear that, Mary?
No.
Jake, could you give
Oh.
us a summary? I apologize. I know you said
Okay.
something about
Well,
iPads and children,
okay.
but that was about all I heard.
Okay, so I have seen videos on the iPad kids and how they'll stay calm if they're watching like Coco Melon or Peppa Pig or whatever, but once you take it away, they start screaming and throwing a fit. And the family actually got kicked off like a airplane. Not
Wow.
mid-flight. I don't think they didn't give a parachute. But yes, like that. I'm supposing that your objection to technology in the hands of kids is related to that. Is that in any way related to your stance?
Yeah, I would say you got me about 20% on that. What about you, Mary?
I hadn't thought of it.
Okay, didn't get Mary.
It's okay. It's okay. Okay. So we're gonna move on to the next one. George, start guessing these news questions, opinions on this question.
Oh, I'm having a hard time coming up with a guess. I would say it's because it makes it so easy for people to cut off any line of communication they're uncomfortable with or don't want to associate with, that they just never build the skills to understand or manage the uncomfortable parts of communication. Technology makes it too easy to curate exactly what you want to see, read, hear, or think about it, and just completely stunts the ability of younger generations to build that understanding upon which genuine empathy needs to be built.
Yeah, that's another 10% on me. 40% on Mary. Nice. Way to dig that one up.
That's a huge attack. Yeah, that's a huge cheat. So basically, the younger generations rely on the new technology for too much, and they can cut off the connections easily when they feel uncomfortable. So they don't have a chance to learn how to actually connect with people.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I explain my piece now, or do we have more?
We can go with Mary first, yeah,
Okay,
because
Mary.
Mary has a bigger party.
So, first of all, there seems to be quite a lot of vanity on places like Facebook, where you're able to only show the best side of you and hide the worst side of you, and it creates this kind of culture of trying to be perfect and remove all imperfections. And you can apply that to your friends, the people you interact with, that kind of thing. And also, like, I've noticed a shift in people's, like, all this FOMO and get rich quick stuff seems to be driving minds more in that direction.
Yeah.
But the other part is more in lines with what George said, that taking the path of least resistance with coping with different things. I remember watching this TV show, All Creatures Great and Small. They did a remake of it. And one thing I noticed while watching it is every time they had two people who were both stubborn and disagreed with each other, the way the show and them resolve it is by making them stuck in a room together that they couldn't get out of.
Wow.
And then they resolve the differences, like by forcing them in that situation. And that's something that's a place that we can't have online.
Wow.
At least in that way.
Such a good story. Also, that it's not just physical structures, that in the time that we existed before, disagreeing with somebody made us have a smaller circle to interact with. And so there was you are my village. We must find a way to work through this, or I will be more bored, which is it's a dreaded consequence for children, especially. I don't want to be more bored. So let's find a way to bridge. And even if it's not a physical space that's confining us, it's a willingness to make it work because it's more interesting to make it work kind of piece that we don't have anymore.
There's also something to be said for big tech and their algorithms that pigeonhole people.
Should have been a pigeon to say that.
The algorithms are like they're designed to put people into clicks.
So true. Quite literally. Click, 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 and then you're siloed and you don't even know it. Yeah. Wow. Such a good way to put it. You're here.
Yeah, to summarize that up. It's about how people can show the perfect side of themselves to the internet. And so you're gonna this is making it more, I would say, more inhuman, or like an art now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then they do not know how to, like George said, they do not know how to face conflicts or maybe arguments together. So it makes the connection is less, how do I say that? I wouldn't say less valuable, but it's less connections.
Mm-hmm. Can I go now? My turn? I want to go.
Yeah, sure.
So there's one of the most powerful studies I've ever seen, which they replicated on, I think NBC or something did a special on this. So you can look this up and see it, is taking a mother and an infant and just watching, like filming them interacting at like a doctor's checkup or whatever with their permission, right? And so mom is smiling and cooing and kiddo is smiling and cooing and whatever. And there's this dance, this nonverbal dance happening. And then what they do is they tell the mom, okay, for the next minute, I want you to look at your child like they are a stranger. You can smile at them, but look at them and think, I don't know who this person is. And so to me, as the observer, it looked like, well, mom's not being as like intimate, but it looked pretty normal, right? And then what ends up happening is this child looks like it got stung by a bee very fast. It starts to shriek and wail like it's being electrocuted, stuck with lots of needles. I mean, it is terrorized. And mom looks normal, and mom has to hold that stance for 60 seconds. And what that woke me up to is how much we first learn empathy from our caregivers. And when mom's stuck on the phone, etc., which is totally like all the overwhelm, lots of empathy to moms and whatever, mom is disconnecting, maybe not looking at kiddo like a stranger, but not staying present with what's in the room, right? With a child who doesn't even have verbal abilities to communicate their needs or learn what mom's needs are. And so now I'm learning that mom can just kind of go silent for whole long periods of time and not be aware that I'm here. And that's a really intense way to learn about empathy. Ooh, is Red getting on the line? Or are you taking off? I was excited, Red. Take an opinion. So yeah.
No,
Where do you
you're
wanna
not
be?
giving me. You're not giving me definitions on the concept of embodiment, are you?
Red's like, is this a lecture
And
on
that is
embodiment?
important.
Yeah. So basically,
No, I mean,
yeah, my point is that technology is diluting our synchronization of learning how to dance with each other in all the nonverbals. And if I don't have my nonverbals hooked up to people, it's going to be really hard to feel emotions that are cueing in you, that are cueing in me. And so I believe absolutely generations are less empathic. I was even thinking about how many games that are made online are made for you to push through boundaries. Go, 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 go with a time limit. And part of what empathy is learning each other's boundaries, learning when somebody pulls away, why they're pulling away. But if all the time we're spending is with games that are teaching us to find a way through and push, push, push and conquer and fight and win, we're not learning empathy. And I think that we're training everybody to stay with themselves and their needs and get more and more lonely doing that. And so that is my conclusion statement. Why you should all join me over here. Empathize with my
So you
pain.
can, so yeah, you can quit game anytime, which is like
You gave me the
people
opposite of
might have a
funny.
Yeah. What'd you say, Red?
My experience was not being able to learn much of social cues.
Mm.
I didn't need technology for it. I never had decent access to technology until I was 21. And I was and before that I was so bad at learning social skills. Like really. But empathy, I could feel it. You feel that's you. In the basic sense, of course.
Interesting. So what you're saying is you had empathy, but you didn't know what it meant. So you were kind of like being thrown around empathically, but you didn't understand the translation before you had technology.
So I see that social cues, they extend the concept of empathy to more broad areas, as same as do with kinks, or in the opposite spectrum, of course, or things that triggers that we learn or we are impacted by, and then we register it because it could evolve to trauma if it's too strong, or if we fight it too hard. But I had access. The access to technology gave me the way to learn about how to improve my awareness, because that was affecting my ability to see social cues, because I was not aware of those. And I didn't have PCs beforehand. I was able to learn that with Dhammarato. Dhammarato is a Buddhist monk. He teaches how to improve awareness and how to relax. The way Jim Carrey would say to how people relax. I was able to learn, but it's not a guarantee. It's like, how do I say that a tool allows me to unlearn stuff? Like, but how? It is a PC bonking my head, because I see you study, but maybe something in the assumptions of the study that may be missing. How the fuck do I unlearn something?
Wow.
Like this?
The challenger just came in and now I'm getting swayed. I was going to go over here. Okay. My empathy is pulling me.
And I love technology. But I don't have to deny what you say. Just say good stuff. I just have to find it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
we
really
still
wise.
Have to guess the disagrees.
Okay,
yeah,
well,
we are short in time.
Red still brought a lot of wisdom there. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for sharing. Okay, well, we need to get back to the track now. So, Mary and Hale, please start guessing the opposite side's opinions.
Okay. I thought we knew, but okay. So you over there, you have learned how to plug into, hey, Green, welcome. Nice to see you. You're welcome to hop on a line.
Absolutely.
We're on question 3 right now. So I'm guessing for Jay and George.
I am trying. I am trying.
You're doing great, Red. I know Red's opinion now, but my guess as to why George and Jay are way over there on the strongly disagree is because they are of the generation that is using technology a lot. And maybe what we define as empathy is we're in a big shifting tide as humanity, and you are learning how to have hive mind with people all over the world in a way that my generation going back never had to, and it wasn't so critical. What?
I'm just singing the Skibidi song.
Yeah. So my guess is
That's
that
not a good one, I know.
you both
I
are
hate
plugging into the
Skippy
matrix.
Toilet.
Oh gosh. Well, there's that too. But you're a generation that is learning and defining a whole other level of what empathy means, and you are strongly disagreeing that this is happening because you switched. You got to hold on your line, but that was cute. I'm convincing you to keep going. All right. So I got George as kind of, and Jay, did I get you at all?
Not exactly.
Okay. Two kind ofs. Lukewarm. All right. So
It's okay. It's okay.
So-
Yeah.
Your turn.
Mary, can you start guessing?
So, the reason I would be over there is, in my experience, I've been able to talk to people from all over the world. I have friends with people from all over the world, and I feel like that has made me wiser and more understanding of cultures other than my own. So in that respect, technology is helping me be more empathetic.
So kind of mine, but another twist. More kinda. Yeah.
Yeah, technology is helping us to understand or learn the other cultures,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
which is kind of works.
Mm-hmm. What did we miss?
Well, shall we? I mean, mine's a little bit more specific, but okay. My stance is that okay, I do agree with the warnings against iPad kids. Like, I have to say, memes have no interest in me. I cannot stand Skibbity Toilet or brain rot slang. That makes me want to put my head through a wall. But no. It's not the technology itself. It's the kids' exposure to it that bothers me. Like little I think the oldest, like, you should not just give kids iPads. Like, they need to be interacting with other people and with the world, and they do need to be exploring, like,
Toilet
but
man.
no, it's not
Against the world.
Hold on. Shoot, hold on.
It was epic, to be honest. How do I defend those people? How do I defend your generation Alpha? I can't.
I think they might have derailed Jay's train of thought a bit there. So your turn will come.
Oh,
hold on.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Yes, but essentially, like, it's Well, I do agree that kids should not have iPads. I don't think technology itself is to blame. I think it's their exposure to it that needs to be regulated. That's just some of my response. Then that may be it's the exposure I have a problem with. That's why I disagree with that.
Yeah, so it's not the technology is making it making the younger generations less empathic. It's the exposure. I would say it's more of a moderation and educating from their gardens, right? It's not the gun, it's the shooter by Mary. Exactly, yeah.
So the next street epistemology will say all children should only be allowed to use technology for 2 hours per day max until they're 18. And we'll see what happens.
Oh, they do have it. Yeah, they do have it in the. They had the
Crane found a line.
My childhood.
Well,
Crane has joined the grid.
Question about on this question about empathy, I stand here and mildly agree. And my reasoning, I liked what you said a lot earlier. I can't remember the point exactly, but building off of what you said, I think it has to do with the polarity, like the extremes of empathy being more extreme. Like, back in our days when we were young, we had like maybe internet forums and flip phones and stuff like that, right? You weren't part of that hive mind constantly connected to people, constantly wanting to feed off of them or get their attention and whatnot. So, when you're connected to somebody, you're really, really connected to that person. And when that person is gone, it's like you don't exist. You're blocked. You know what I mean? So that's part of it. That was my thought with that question.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for making me start. Yeah. George, can you have your opinions in 1 minute because we are a bit short on time?
Oh yeah. Mine was just what they both guessed. With the one addition that I lived a good chunk of my life without modern technology. Electricity and whatnot and TV. And then when I did go into technology, I tried to bring that empathy and understanding back to people who are more old school. And as time went on, I saw the gap. I saw the gap widen between my own understanding and people I know who've never ventured into that world. And the gap just keeps growing and growing. But again, it's how you use it, not the technology itself.
Yeah.
But in my experience, very much so.
So it feels like you just made our point over here, but that's interesting. Next question. Technology making older that's funny. Way to flip it. Don't just blame the children. When I was a
We
child.
are advancing a question.
Yeah, maybe.
Why are we advancing the question if we are not asking the correct question, are we?
Maybe we
Because
have a
it's
question maker
disruptive.
and red. All right.
We have to rephrase. If it's, if it's incomplete, we have to rephrase it.
We might. Yeah. Another
It's
edition.
okay.
Let's do it.
So now we will have to move our starting points. We'll have to move our line or stay. I'm going to change. We have a chance to change our opinion now, our perspective. So we're going to move in 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Ooh. This was a
Alright.
really
Now
interesting
you
That's a
hear
shift.
the
lot of
full
moves.
power.
Let me
You
see.
hear the full power of my.
My opinion has changed. All right.
This is so much moves. Okay, so
There's
let's
so
go
much
with George.
movement.
First,
Set
why
aside
you
question.
go to neutral.
Wow. You can
Let's just set
skip me.
aside.
Oh,
All right, George, you first.
Same as before. Haha.
That was fast. All right.
okay. What about Heyo? Why did we move from so much more agreed to mildly disagree?
I didn't like myself over there, honestly. I think deciding that an entire generation is less empathic because of anything is the least empathic thing anyone could ever say or do. Just because I don't recognize that empathy doesn't mean it's not there. And I need to ask myself a different question. How do we tap into the empathy of this newer generations? Like, I've had to learn meme culture for the first time in my life since submerging in VR chat. And it is a very uncomfortable journey. I will admit that. But also, I always feel like it's graffiti in cube form. And when people honor me with teaching me another picture and why that can pass virally, even if it's a wretched snapshot of the worst of humanity, I still am kind of amazed that people can chunk an entire concept wrapped around something that looks simple. I think it's a really clever way to teach each other a lot of information very quickly and be able to recognize the network that's ready to play and laugh and silo with you, click away. But I felt gross over there. I think I don't want to be the old person shaking my cane yet and being like, you youngins.
No, I see why.
Yeah.
I see why.
Yeah. You
That's
switched
why I
with me.
changed
I
to
was over there.
mildly.
I know. Look at
No.
that.
Mildly.
Not
Mildly.
even everyone.
Because I
is
see
someone
where in the
level.
chain we are breaking that act of learning, the extensions of empathy, not the core nuclei, not the core metanuclei of the brain that does empathy, but we have technology that introduces new forms of hypermedia. Basically, all forms of hypermedia came from technology, and that is disrupting that act of reading from the great authors. And that was the thing that people don't say about study. You go and read for pleasure, and when you read from the good and the great authors, you acquire language, and you acquire mannerisms, and you acquire a lot more information that you previously have no idea that were there. And it happened to me with English. I learned English by reading it. I was not able to hear anything, zero. But for a lot of people, especially the TikTok generation, it's disrupting their ability to read. Because it's just changing, it's disruptive. Okay, that looks better. So it's just disrupting what we had as a given.
That's terrifying.
But there's a hole in my question. There's my hole in my ear. That's why it's wild. It's no hole.
Thank you for that. That's deep.
Thank you.
There's a bat flying.
Okay, so let's end with Crane's opinions. Why did you change so much about it?
I had myself at mildly, and I just moved over to agree solidly because after hearing everybody else's opinion and thinking about it some more, I think it's less that it's the younger generations in general. I think they're more susceptible to it. Yeah, they're more susceptible to it because they grow up with it and they're so much more exposed to it. But I really do think that our extremes of empathy, like we exist less in the center and we exist more at both ends, to the point where we have suicidal empathy on one side, where people will like give away everything they have to homeless people or ruin their own lives to make other people's betters. And on the other end, they might spit on a homeless person or whatever because they're so busy, chatting. Not that because you have a Discord kid and you're going to spit on homeless people, but you know what I mean. You know exactly what I mean when I go into that.
So the statement because we're learning feedback here. So what we might do as a 2.0 to this question is technology is making us less empathic. And then it just takes it off of a generation and allows us to dialogue about how technology is affecting us, period. Yeah. That's interesting.
Too broad of a question if it's like affecting us, period. Too many effects. Just because we disrupted those hypermedias.
Yeah.
Like, they just grew.
It might be too wicked of a problem to make it that simple. Yeah, it does. It would. The goal is to polarize us enough, but not into black and white categories. And this was pretty black and white when we started. So I'm glad we have more people to come and hold the middle.
If it was the question of, is technology disrupting our flow of fluency, our flow of acquiring languages, going by the input hypothesis from the question, that would be how we can acquire other types of information, and then we will have a more decent inquiry on just to be able to start. Because my brother took until 8 years old to be able to read in his mother language, and I had to intervene by giving him good stories, by giving him good books, decent for 3-year-olds.
So, Lau, this might be something to write down if you want, or I'll do it. Technology is disrupting how we acquire language. That's a really interesting one, and that would bring out a lot of stories about that. So
that is very much a specific a question or topic, but I could consider that. Yeah.
I'll write it down for number 3 as a candidate, and we can look at it later. Thank you, Red.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got 10 minutes left.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great. You might want to join us and help us create them. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give the session back to George.
Oh, yeah. My turn as MC. Okay, well, now's the fun part. Form an opinion on this question. How it felt to answer, and if it was a good or not so great one.
Yes, so exactly. Agree is like 5 stars and disagree is 4 stars. And so I'm going to go to mildly agree. I really liked this one, how it affected us with the chemistry that we had here. And also gave birth to some new questions, maybe. So, yeah, it looks like majority is in the agree category. So we had 3 agrees in general. Okay, good. Let's all give
Emojis
George
for Lao.
and Lao emojis for facilitating that one, and then George emojis for emceeing. Let's grab our
And
sign.
taking number 2.
And taking number 2. Ugh. There we go.
Not a number 2, just the number 2. Yeah, I went there.
Yeah, you did. All right,
Yeah.
let's circle up. We're gonna do our checkout.
People can't fucking believe.
part.
People say it's fucking school, and you see that the people that have novels, a lot of them were just avid readers of great stories. Like even Einstein was suggesting you to read fairy tales. Crashing was founded in Marvel Comics before Spider-Man. And other people had that too. Like it creates a foundation of what the world is on the outside. We just drowned in misery and lack of knowledge of what's around us. That those stories, they transcend the world and they reflect a lot of the world back to us. That's what we are losing as a given, because people just got bored from school and let me read something else. And then they just read like Moby Dick or Captain Marvel or Digital Fortress, or it has to be better probably. My Hero Academia.
I just want to disturb a bit. We can continue the conversation on Discord, but we are kind of short in time in the event right now. So
Yeah,
So it's
this part is a
such wisdom.
turn-taking exercise of sorts.
And thank you for your wisdom there. I kind of just want to listen to you like a podcast. You're a really interesting speaker. So lots of hearts to Red and Crane for joining us this time midway through, but still jumping in so effectively. This is a point where we just acknowledge each other because this is a structured conflict that we went through today. Whether you were here the whole time or not, we practice this almost every week. Same time, once a month, it turns into our summit, or potentially renamed Submergence, to look at how we're doing as a bridge overall. But for 3 weeks out of the month, we do this. And every week we have new statements. But this is called the appreciation game. We take this invisible swirling ball in the middle that sometimes people turn into emojis, and we throw it to one person who has not received the ball yet, acknowledging something about them that impacted us, dropped us into our heart, grew us a little bit more. It doesn't have to be complicated. There's emojis, exactly. And then what we do is we throw it to somebody who's least expecting it from us, and then they throw it to the next person after they receive our appreciation. For those of you who don't know why we do the body language part, this actually helps us cue our bodies up to listen to each other when we hold our hands open. When we do this, it's a way to make a little bridge, this simple little practice of being present with each other. So who would like to grab the ball first? And appreciation should be about 30 seconds to 1 minute. Doesn't have to be long. But anybody can pick it up and throw it. The game gets a little harder the longer you wait. Oh, Mary got it? Yeah. All right, Mary.
And I'm immediately going to throw it away to Venya, who's not here.
Venya!
Ruin the game.
We had somebody come briefly. Yeah.
No, I'll just quickly say that I appreciated Venya's take on the birds thing.
Right. You had a little bird hate support group over there.
Yeah. But I also want to appreciate Lao for joining me in switching avatars.
Oh
And
my god, making me nauseous. Like a
really helping to
Yeah.
drive the point home.
you really did.
Yeah, I need to prove my point
That
really
was
well.
set up.
Okay. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. Okay, I'm gonna throw this ball to Crane.
Great.
Thank you
Yeah.
for making it. Thank you for making your point short and clean. That is really easy to understand, and it eased my brains a lot. Thank you for that.
Nice. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for noticing and appreciating that. Heya, thank you for joining Strange Pair and getting me into this group and figuring out what this is, even if I missed last week's or whatever was going on. Happy to be here now. Red,
you're
very
throwing the ball
insightful
multiple
takes.
places.
Very big.
Catch the ball, Red.
No.
You got it
Wait. I'm so confused. Wait.
That's
I appreciate only one person.
Yeah. So I have the ball now.
Okay. Sorry, Red. You have the ball.
Yeah. You don't get to get appreciated by Crane. You get to always wonder for the rest of the life, what was he going to say? And you just won't know. Or you could go ask him later. All right. So I've got the ball and I am throwing this to, well, now that you're in Red.
What do I do with this ball with
So you
my
just
hands?
hold it in your hands. Hold it in your hands. Yeah, Mary did technically. We're breaking rules, Mary. Just. Okay. So, Red, you have an energy in your affect and your voice that is really, I don't know. It's something like sincere and sad and joyful all at the same time. And I'm just kind of mesmerized by it. There's so much emotion in you, and it's a beautiful thing. Yeah. Thank you for being here. Now you get to pick somebody else here to throw it to.
To throw it? Yeah.
Hasn't received it.
Damn.
That hasn't received it yet. Yeah. So you gotta find someone.
George, take it.
George.
Ooh, nice throw.
Nice throw.
He just accepted my invite, and he can't. He could. And he gave me the path to this group, and so that's why I would not be here today if it wasn't for those connections. Yes.
Yeah.
So yes.
Someone crossed my bridge.
Into the now.
Yeah, you put a bridge out.
That's what I wish to George, and that's why it would be you, but I dropped.
It's
George.
okay. I'm glad it's to George. Yeah. I like that you're petting it like a cat. You're like, now it's a dog. Now it's a ball. Woo.
And now you get to pet the cat dog.
Oh.
Cat dog. That was a good show.
Okay.
Ball. Jay, for bravely stepping up to be the first question facilitator. And also like doing it with so much like willingness to collaborate and work with the feedback of the process.
Yeah.
And also like take your time through the process. Because I remember my first time.
Okay. Yeah.
You did. You were very open and kept resetting and trying to do the next step. It was awesome.
Go back.
Okay. Yes.
Yay.
Okay. So that's then. Let's see. Where is that? Well, I'm gonna get to my emoji. So. There they are. Okay. And so I'll throw it to Marivio for for changing your emojis during the avatars during the avatar. Yes, I think that did help me to change my mind a little bit, make me more sting of the concept. Okay.
You trusted people less because of your service. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
Did we get everybody?
I don't know whether to laugh or cry about that.
I know,
Just like this
exactly.
emoji here.
I know. Oh, that's true. It's the perfect paradox of empathy. Wow. Cry laugh.
Actually, first thing that comes to mind when I look at that is in Mary Poppins, where the guy does all these different laughs, and the guy who can't make up his mind.
Also,
I don't know if anyone here.
that the British guy is talking about Mary Poppins. That's just kind of a perfect way to close up here. You're like, it reminds me of Mary Poppins. Oh, so good. All right. Well, I think we appreciated us out. So you get to keep the ball and you started it. So that's kind of perfect full circle. Let's get a group photo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Call it a
Google this.
Call it a day. Let me grab my correct thing and grab my thingamajig, and then we're going to toggle Spectrum back on. All right. And then we're going to all stand in front. This is our Spectrum for the day. Woo! So what is our word for today? You can all just shout out your own word, and we'll see which one wins. Word for the day is 3, 2, 1. Just stand in front with us. Trust, empathy.
Birds.
Birds. Birds. We're going to go with birds because it makes it really unique. All right, birds. Yay.
Bird is a word.
It's funny we chose birds, but nobody's actually a bird. I think we need to switch avatars for a second.
Excuse me.
I forgot the
Excuse me.
Oh, did I miss a bird? Sorry. There's
Yeah,
one
one
bird
standing
here.
right next to you. Yeah.
Okay.
The
Now you
bird
have
man.
Yeah. Oh, that's so true.
Bird here.
Whoa. All right. Let's see. Oh, my flying is off. Get my camera back. The crow caweth, and the pigeon poopeth. And it was a street epistemology like no other with 2 newbies. Yay! I'm going to,
Hell yeah.
let's see. I'll poop to celebrate. There we go. All right. Birds,
Oh
everybody.
no, it can do
And-
that.
Yes, it can. And we get to do lots of emojis because I'm going to stop our stream at this point. So thank you, everybody, whoever got to watch this or will watch it. And did we rate the last question? I don't remember. If we
Yeah.
did. Yeah, we
Yeah,
did.
we did.
Okay. Well, that's it for Spectrum. Yay.